Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Saturday, August 3rd at 7:45 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. The fourth named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, now Tropical Storm Debby, is headed towards Florida, and with it, catastrophic flooding is coming for the coast of Georgia and South Carolina, where 12 to 16 inches of rain is predicted. Keep calm. It's boom time. Tropical Storm Debby becomes the fourth named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season and threatens Florida's Gulf Coast. As Florida braces for Tropical Storm Debby, including areas hit by Hurricane Idalia last year. And the rainfall forecast is insane. Let us go back and take a look at the key message for Debby. Heavy rainfall will likely result in considerable flash and urban flooding across portions of Florida and the coastal areas of the southeast this weekend through Thursday. Significant river flooding is also expected. Hurricane conditions are expected on Monday along portions of the Florida Big Bend region, where a hurricane warning is currently in effect. With tropical storm conditions beginning late Sunday, tropical storm conditions are expected through Monday further south, with the tropical storm warning along Florida's west coast, including the Tampa Bay area and the lower Keys. So heed the warnings, folks. This is going to be quite a dangerous event. Here is the flash flood warnings here in red from Tallahassee to Jacksonville all the way up towards Wilmington. Holy macaroni. And if some of the GFS models hold true, this could be a doozy. It is going to be sticking around for a few days right here and intensifying off the coast. Tropical Storm Debby forms over the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. Dangerous heat wave in the west. Tropical Storm Debby will bring hazardous rainfall, strong winds, and life-threatening storm surge inundation to portions of Florida on Sunday evening into Monday. Tropical storm and hurricane warnings have been issued. Meanwhile, the excessive heat focus will shift to Southern California and the desert Southwest this weekend. Now, the bad news is that we are at the lunar standstill, which is going to make the high tides even higher during this tropical storm. So, heed the warnings and get to higher ground. A quick look at the GFS model shows in the next 3 to 6 hours, Tropical Storm Debby may intensify into a Cat 1 hurricane by Monday night and make landfall as a Cat 1. It's going to make its way across through Georgia by Tuesday and then move offshore for Wednesday and Thursday as it moves back onshore Thursday, lingers around Friday, and moves up the East Coast through next weekend. Big rainmaker here. And right behind it, another tropical storm moving into Texas here Tuesday, August 13th. Seismic update. Interesting rumbler 6.3 in Barcelona, Philippines. Aftershocks from earlier events. As the worldwide activity is pretty normal. Interesting rumbler here in the middle of nowhere. 4.7 up here in Russia. As we see a long quiet period on the Reykjanes Peninsula as the inflation continues, these quiet periods often precede the next eruption. Will the next eruption be happening this evening? Well, it could be happening anytime now. Worldwide volcano news, we've got Dukono to 8,000 feet, Sangay to 22,000, Sabancaya to 22, Semeru to 15, who knew, now you do. Reventador, 14,000 foot puff today. The activity at Etna is increasing and booms are occurring at the Voragine crater. Intense Strombolian activity. In fact, Dukono, 8,000 foot puff, Sangay, 22,000 feet, Ibu, there was an eruption reported with no levels. Liwatobi puffing to 9,000 foot. Pacaya on the list continues its slumber. Well, it's actually doing nothing. Fuego, 4 to 8 explosions per hour. Santiaguito, mild, diffusive, and explosive activity continues. Sabancaya to 22,000. Sangay to 21,000. Holy macaroni. Semeru to 15,000. Reventador to 14,000. Fuego to 15,000. Lot going on today as Fuego continues to puff and pass, and the last one on the list is actually for August 4th. Dukono to 8,000 feet. And that wraps up worldwide volcano news. As we move over to space weather, Take a look. As of this update today over at Solarham, there has been no sign of a CME observed on August 1st brushing past Earth. And there was a G2 geomagnetic storm forecast for the 3rd and the 4th, but telemetry says otherwise. It's for the last 24 hours, we've been below 400 kilometers per second, all quiet. We did recently have this interesting spike of nothing. Density increased a bit. Phi angle is sitting steady, and the BZ not really doing much either. So no imminent geomagnetic storm and another fizzle of an event. But solar activity reaches higher levels on Saturday with a pair of M flares above the M5 threshold. The first event, an impulsive M7.3, was observed around AR3775, and the second event measured 5.4, which we're looking at here, was centered off the northeast limb. This may be the return of old AR3744 from the previous rotation. No Earth-directed eruptions of plasma were observed, but the sun is still getting jiggy. Guys, join us over at Magnetic Reversal News in a few minutes for one of the most tantalizing 60-minute discussions between Lee and I about the fact that there is no dark matter and more papers coming out to support this idea. We're also going to talk about the history of dark matter, how much money has been wasted on it, and the fact that the universe is not only maybe 26.7 billion years old, but even older. Maybe it's infinite. Time immemorial. Great discussion in just a few minutes over at Magnetic Reversal News. So please join us. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video. Give it a thumbs up. We're shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Watch all of our podcasts in one place, commercial free, for as little as $1 a month. And be safe. We love you, and we'll see you in a few minutes over at Magnetic Reversal News for the next boom. Nee, 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 nee.